I remember this fight. I remember this fight well. I didn't bet anybody this fight, but I remember watching David Onama, and I was like, bro, why is he so tentative? It was either he was scared of the power, or he's one of the guys caught up in that scandal with like betting and shit. Because there's no way he came in with a real game plan like this. I don't think he threw like a couple shots with intent, bro. Whole time he was backing up. But Steve Garcia looked good though, and an ounce of me kind of want to say that like it was Steve Garcia's presence, his boxing, and what he does. And the first thing I'm noticing with like Steve Garcia, at least in this fight, dude, he has a good boxing ability, and like you can see he has good boxing fundamentals when it comes to defense. Like you see the slips and rolls after his punches. It's not like the regular MMA boxing. Like he's actually boxing out there, which is why I want to say he's so good. Like in itself, this is clean. He goes and he slips the jab on the inside, comes back with like a switch stance, and I'm thinking, I ain't gonna lie, he's gonna throw here, and he just kind of steps off, just gives him a look. It's just the little shit like that I was saying when it comes to boxers, and then he's able to set up that overhand just from the position of stepping off, which is super nice. Good 1-2, and knocks him down, bro. I'm not gonna lie, Steve Garcia, Steve Garcia is kind of clean, bro. His boxing is kind of clean. Diego Lopez might be in trouble. What are these odds? I haven't looked at these odds. This is live time reaction. They have Diego Lopez minus 170. It makes sense because he's been in there with way better opponents in his last 3 fights, obviously. Gene Silva almost had him hurt, or did have him hurt, kind of through the fight, and then 2 dominant wins from Volkanovski. And what he brought to the second fight, he really didn't adjust. I like that second fight, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I was really thinking he was gonna adjust this second fight with Volkanovski. I think the proof is in the pudding. Hold on. Yeah, I had Lopez to knock out Volkanovski. I ain't gonna lie, like I had Lopez to knock out Volkanovski. I know Lopez isn't as technical as some of the technical fighters in this weight class, so watching Steve Garcia is important. But I think watching anybody going against Diego Lopez, like you kind of have to look at their punch selection and what they're throwing, and that's kind of what I'm looking at with Steve Garcia. I'm just looking at like how he sets up stuff. He set up that overhand right here by like this was a good setup. This is what I want to see. I want to see you feint and try to set up an overhand. I like that. Like that's not bad to me. It's not a bad setup. Especially when you're going out there trying to get the finish. I also like the defensive discipline from Steve Garcia. Like he's still disciplined enough to know that Onama's still a threat. Not at this point. At this point, Onama's fucked. Look at this guy's face, bro. At this point, Onama's fucked. But if Onama were to throw back, I believe in Steve Garcia's ability to know that like he's able to like slip and have that defensive responsibility. I like Steve Garcia. The thing I actually noticed about Steve Garcia, and I'm thinking about Diego Lopez now, because like Steve Garcia, I already tell he is very good with his lead hand in both stances, in orthodox and southpaw, primarily southpaw. He's very good with his lead hand. He does a lot of like lead hand plays, a lot of parries, a lot of frames, and he does it on both ends of the side of the stick, like offense and defense. And I'm thinking about Diego Lopez because Diego Lopez doesn't do that. In fact, in this empty space right here, Diego Lopez doesn't even play into this. Diego Lopez is he has that like Pitbull Cruz type of stance. And like we're not gonna see no lead hand plays in this empty space. And if I'm thinking back too, I haven't rewatched the Volk fight since, but I'm going to. But when I think back to that fight, I'm pretty sure Volk both fights was controlling him with the lead hand and with the jab. Obviously with footwork as well, because Volkanovski has great footwork. But Steve Garcia does too. Yeah, it just has me wondering, bro. Because I feel like if Diego's not playing in this space right here, and you're just letting Garcia take this, like I feel like it's bad, bro. I feel like it's gonna be bad, bro. I feel like you're gonna let Garcia like set up a lot of things, rather than like even just like initiating this. Cause like if you just initiate like a hand touch here, maybe you get Garcia like to do something like that back up, or like I don't know, bro. Like I feel like Diego has to play into this, and I don't think he's technical enough to do it. I really don't. If I am Diego Lopez's team right now, if I am his team and I'm film studying for him, they got to pay me to film study. Bro, I will. Diego Lopez, I got you. I'm going to tell you the biggest thing you're about to know about Steve Garcia right now. He is a lead hand demon. I'm telling you right now. He is a lead hand demon. Look at this setup. Qatar's going to throw a jab. He's going to throw this nice ass overhand. Steps off to the side. Southpaw versus orthodox. Basic shit to do, right? So he's going to land that flush on. He comes together. He puts his feet into an orthodox stance. Switches stances. And he comes with a triple hook. Triple hook. One to the body, one to the head to end it off. He misses the one to the head. But I'm telling you, he's a lead hand demon. He throws a jab, 2 jabs to back up after, switch stance, and we back to southpaw. And then he throws 2 jabs to get out. I ain't gonna lie, it's just little shit like that is just like, first of all, beautiful to watch. Second, I'm getting excited because he's an underdog. When you see shit like this in the underdog, bro, they shouldn't be an underdog. I'm sorry. Diego Lopez is a very good fighter, bro, but is he as technical as this? I don't know. Oh, whoa. Wait. This is a live reaction. Wait. He low-key got hurt. Okay, he got some grit. All right. Yo, that was wait. I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna get into this, but he got rocked too soon. Listen, I didn't know that was gonna happen. Steve Garcia has a tendency of bringing that back leg forward. Right? In the instance I showed you where he threw that triple hook, the one to the body and the one to the head, he brought the lead leg forward to get into that position to throw the triple hook. He has a tendency of doing this. And I don't like this in MMA fighters. Whenever they learn switch stances, they overly switch stance. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but they overly switch stance. I don't like that. Cause like switching stances is dangerous. You shouldn't be doing it in multiple sequences throughout a fight. I feel like, especially straightforward. Straightforward is crazy. He got rocked here. But man, yeah, you can't be that reckless with Diego Lopez for sure. I would say he has to stay disciplined in the footwork just as he is defensively. That's one thing I would take away from that sequence right there. I'm actually write that down. Where's my notes? I'm literally gonna write that down. I don't mean to knock switch stance fighters, by the way. I just don't like when they overly switch stances. That's just my personal opinion, honestly. Don't even listen to me. I feel like Marvin Hagler was like the only fighter that was able to do it consistently like that throughout the round. Anyways, getting into this sequence though, Steve Garcia is a good kickboxer. He also has he has a very good range of very good sense of range, of his range, and he fights a lot where like you're on the end of his, if you're on the back foot, you're on the end of his punches, and you're getting full power from his punches. You gotta really smother that. And that might actually be good for Diego Lopez, because I kind of already know he's probably gonna come in with that game plan. A little secret before we get into Diego Lopez, or before that video comes out. Diego Lopez is probably coming to smother the punches. It's gotta be. Not necessarily pressure, but pressure in a way where it's like smothering. Cause I don't think he's gonna box him, bro. I don't think he's gonna go for another fight of boxing, bro. I really don't. And I think he's gonna take some bits from the Gene Silva win. Anyways, Steve Garcia, good sense of range. Weaves this shit. He knows Qatar's in a bad position right here, right? And he obviously overreached. This is just a nice punch selection here. He really likes that lead hand. And throws like 3 or 2 hooks to the body, and then a body kick, teep kick to the body, and then a straight hand. But everything he throws, even if he misses, he's out of position. Like, he missed that straight hand, but he's out of position to get hit. Ducks his head just in case something is coming after. Like, I really like Steve Garcia discipline on defense. This is actually what I don't like. And looking through Steve Garcia's, like, actually, like, looking through his resume, I'm not impressed by his resume. It's like my first time doing a deep dive on his resume. We're on this fight right here a year and 10 months ago, and since then he's won against Kyle Nelson, Calvin Qatar, which is actually a good win, and David Onama, who's projected to be good. So I can't really say nothing about that, but like, compared to Diego Lopez resume, I would definitely say it's not the same. It's not the same. But in this fight almost 2 years ago, what I don't like is this. I would hate Steve Garcia, and by the way, brought his back foot to the front foot again. I would hate for Steve Garcia to be this reckless against Diego Lopez and try to like out brawl him. I would hate for him to do that, because he would sell the fight. I'm not gonna lie, it would be another case of like Gene Silva versus Diego Lopez, where like Lopez would knock out Garcia. Just because I don't think in a brawl with Diego Lopez like this, he's gonna win when Lopez is throwing short hooks, short shots. Like, Lopez isn't the most technical fighter, but his hooks and when he does throw, everything is kind of tight. Everything isn't super wild. I would hate for Garcia to get wild, and in that, Diego Lopez is unironically the more disciplined fighter in the chaos. Because it should be the other way around. Steve Garcia should be the more disciplined fighter when Diego Lopez brings it. So I hope we don't get this version of Steve Garcia, or I hope there's not a need for him to do this. I hope Diego Lopez doesn't land something on him crazy to where Steve Garcia feels the need to be like, I gotta press forward. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't think it'll end well for him. But I gotta look at Diego Lopez. So we'll see. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.